Hi, it's Jane Mann in Las Vegas, Nevada. And if you ever are visiting and want to see us, please look us up and book an appointment on www.byjanemann.com because we'd love to see you. And that was the inspiration for today's video. Yesterday, I had this lovely lady come in from Arizona that was really kind of looking for a game plan. What could she do that was going to optimize her routine, and in what order should she do this? And this is really amazing that intuitively she knew this is something she wanted to address, because in aging, you're always going to have a first priority or a first concern, and then you have second and third. And so when you address the first priority, many times we kind of unconsciously achieve solutions for the second and third because it's caused by the first. And then we can outline a program of what products are going to work and what order she should look to work them on. So she came in and she was laying on my bed. And the first thing that I noticed was as she was laying down, her shoulders were brought forward. So when you look at my body or my top, right? And if I'm going to bring my shoulders forward, all of a sudden I am now engaging my traps, my deltoid. So now the muscles are very tight underneath the arms. The pectoral muscles start to shorten and I lose a lot of strength in my back. But what we're not thinking about, how does this affect facial aging? Well, now we've got the traps that go up to the occipital, which is kind of the place where I talk about the head going in the shampoo bowl, right? And this gets very, very tight. And these sternocleidomastoid and the traps are very tight. And now it's the only place for the head to go is forward. And this actually begins to affect our breathing in the diaphragm and the strength of the core. And we start to accommodate walking for this new postural positioning. But here's where I am so passionate about fascia, because while we have the muscles accommodating, fascia actually encapsulates and entwines through the muscles to kind of help and assist. So while she's got her shoulders coming forward, her neck protruding forward, the fascia is kind of lifting up and pulling the neck down, and it's adhering around the collarbone. And this starts to impede lymphatics. This starts to impede even some of it, can kind of wrap in those ribs and start to make a lot of tightness in this area. But we also start to see a weakening of the neck and kind of an inverting of the jaw and a lot of forehead lines. And when this starts to happen, we'll start to see a lot of hollowing underneath the jaw or the kind of that cheekbone area in here. So when she asked me at the end of the facial, we kind of went over, okay, this is what I saw, because I did get a chance to do a lot of fascial release on her. And the primary area is down here, but one treatment with me in the clinic is not going to take care of this root cause. And the root cause has to be addressed before she can add in microcurrent, because microcurrent typically does tone muscle, create microcirculation, but it doesn't release the deep fascial adhesions. So we're almost compounding a problem, if that makes a lot of sense. So I've been working with a company out of Canada called Block Therapy. And there's a link here in the bio and on Instagram that you can go check out, even a free class. But being able to address the deep body fascia along the belly, the décolleté, the back, and they have an amazing program, will ultimately enhance the results on the face, because fascia is omnidirectional, covering the whole body. It's like a Spider-Man outfit that when one thing becomes resistant or kind of sticking, another thing will start to stick to balance out the body, because we're designed for the least amount of pain, and the body's designed to stay in balance. And this is where we have the missing link in aging, is that when the body is off and the fascial adhesions on the face begin to solidify into the cheekbones, the jaw, and the eye area, we start to see a different type of aging, and it's very hardening. An example of that would be is many times, so let's go back to the client. We've got her concave, she's kind of forward, and we've got really tight platysma, which is pulling down, but the fascia is just holding on. I think it's like 2,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. So this is pulling this down. This is kind of creating impedance or lack of flow for lymphatics along the jawline and also the collarbone. But what we start to see is this starts to pull down the face. And how many clients do you know that just have like a permanent face like this? Or if you're estheticians, you've gone in to kind of try to lift up this area, but the face just pulls down. All of this is centering right underneath the chin, the neck, and many times even the décolleté with the kind of fascial clasping on the collarbone. So what she needs to do is she's going home, she's going to practice this therapy and for the body, and at the same time, she is using the ANMA on her neck and face. And that is a great starting point for her. Obviously, we did include just topical skincare. Always love a good vitamin A, C, and E. That feeds the keratinocyte, and good sunscreen. But the real structural, before we add microcurrent or LED, is really going to be seen in the releasing of the fascia on the body. And then later her face will release, and she can work, she'll get better results with her ANMA, she'll get better results with her lift microcurrent. So I hope this wasn't too long and windy. It is a different format than what I've done before, but I really appreciate your questions and your comments and your support. If this is a YouTube video, please like and subscribe or pass on to anyone that you think might enjoy it. And until my next video, happy fascia releasing.